Hello, everybody. This is Bob Anderson, and today is Valentine's Day. So that means it's February 14th, 2025. Um, I did something that I haven't put on the channel before, but I've had a lot of people ask me questions on before. And that is, have I ever re entered a trade? And to answer the question, yes. But I'm one of the things I've talked about before is that I look at four different instruments at one time. So I want to preface this. There are two instruments that I think warrant possibilities of entering a trade twice. One is gold and one is NQ. And I say that because they both have some pretty sophisticated manipulation that happens to them versus, say, RTY and oil. Plus, they have some pretty violent moves. And so I did one today in the NQ. I had a trade that I got in. It came back, took me out. I'll show you the entries, the exit, and then I'll show you the re-entry and the exit on that. And I think it's important to show that because it'll also show you what I was thinking throughout the whole trade. And all this happened, by the way. That's why I'm saying with the NQ, you've really got to pay attention. Like, you've got to be paying attention because that trade, for example, I had an entry and an exit and then a re-entry all in 1 minute. All in 1 minute. And then I had an exit from the re-entry in the next minute. So it can, you got to be moving stuff. And I'm going to walk you through exactly everything I did from the moment I entered to the moment I got out. Okay. And by the way, and for my weekly objective, I think I told everybody I'm looking to make $1,000 a week, and this week I had, oh yeah, that's right. I had a big loss on Monday, like $350 or something. Tuesday, I got the money back. Wednesday was the last time I did a video. I showed you I made $611, I think. Yesterday, I made four something. I don't remember, and I think I'm pretty sure I made it in gold. And then today I made 423, and I made that in the NQ. I had a trade in gold. I lost money. I lost like $80. I had one trade in the NQ that I literally thought I was gonna have an aneurysm. That trade lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. Does anybody have any idea how much I almost had a heart attack? Granted, it was pre-market, but my God. And I'll show you that trade too. But anyways, and then I had a loss in the NQ. And then I had a win in the NQ. And overall, I end up being, again, because hopefully the wins are bigger than the losses and, yada, yada, yada. So, $423. So for the week, I got like $1,400. So that's pretty good because my objective, again, is to get, $1,000 and then do my job, my actual job. Which, as I've told many of you, has been very stressful lately because I have people that are completely sick. So anyways, by the way, because it's Valentine's Day, I thought I'd wear this shirt. Does everybody like it? Anyways, let me show you the trades and we'll go from there. Oh, by the way, somebody sent me a detailed write-up explanation with examples and everything. He asked me not to use his name for the 1 minute gold line. I am going to spend this weekend reviewing what it is he wrote and then just see if it needs any modifications or whatever. And then I'm going to make that available to you guys somehow. I don't know how to do that, but I don't know how to make it available unless maybe I screenshot it into a video and you freeze it. I don't know. But I'll try to work on that. But anyways, for the gentleman that actually did it, I did glance through it. It looks beautiful. I am going to review that this weekend. Okay. So let's go look at some trades. All right. So what we've got here is the NQ. And I'm going to just show, let's start off with the topic of re-entry. All right. So let's talk about this setup. So we had, the market opened here at 9:30. We had news earlier in the day, I think 9:15 and 8:30. I think were the two times that we had like significant economic news. And then that was it. So we were ready to like free flow for trading. You know what I mean? So anyways, I have this big push up and push down. And then I have this candle right here, body and all, below my 1 minute gold line, which is, you see my 1 minute gold line trailing along here. And then we had this thrust up. Now I want to point something out that some of you may not be aware of, that look at charts after the fact instead of looking at them live. Okay. And that's this. You see this candle right here? It looks like it pierced that gold line. No, it didn't. That only looks like that after the fact because this candle threw the head up so fast, it dragged the gold line up, and therefore after the fact it crosses this candle. Okay. I just thought I'd point that out because I've had some people be like, look like it's like the third time it went to the gold line. Not if you're looking at it live. If you're looking at it live, this did not happen here. This did happen, and it's pretty clear. You can see it. So here we created a Donchian high. My favorite thing to do is to show what the market is trying to do. It's trying to go long, and what did it do? It cleaned out. It got all the people that are looking for the breakout, that are looking for that breakout to catch it and get slammed. Okay. And that's exactly what happened here. They got slammed. And so when this candle closed right here, I entered with one contract. This contract right here. Entry, long, one contract. And my fill ended up being 22,131. Okay. So somewhere right in here. And then I grabbed my stop and I put it below this candle, which is my candle that I used for my entry. So I put my stop below that, and lo and behold, the damn thing, so let me point out to you what you don't see, okay, in this 1 minute. This candle came up. This is important. This candle came up, took me in. It did not go to here, okay? It did not go up to here. It came up, took me in, and then rolled straight down and took me out, okay? So you got to, don't look at the size of this body here yet because it did not exist, okay? That body didn't exist. So I'm sitting there watching it slam back down, and I'm like, oh, man, all right, there's a loss. The loss was, give me a second here, 122 and 131 minus change sign 4 times, 5 times. Loss was $180. Okay. I think I did the math right. $180. So anyways, but it it was all the signs of we're reaching for the stops that are below this candle, and then it slammed right back up. And I immediately put a buy limit in, and I changed it to 2, quantity 2, and threw it right here. Now, why did I change it to 2? Well, I changed it to 2 because what I have found with the NQ and with gold is if they seek the bottom of the candle, that's your entry candle, if they seek it and then reverse it, that's it. If you watch this candle in action live, you will know what I'm talking about, because they put it up, then they slammed it down, took me out, and then slammed it back up. I mean, it was very fast and very deliberate. And so I grabbed 2 contracts, slammed them down here, and it went zing. And then I put the target just eclipsing the pivot to the left, because I'm in 2 contracts. And I get out, and then it did this. So, if I had done 1 contract as a re-entry, I probably would have tried to pray that it would have gone to here. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so that's what I did. I did 2 contracts. I have found on the NQ and gold, if they run down and clip, after a fake break to the long side, if they come down and clip you out here, that break to the long side is no longer a fake break. Like, that's confirmation. Okay, now we're going this way. I mean, look at the size of that candle on the reversal. Okay, so that's why I changed the number to 2. I had the 1 sitting there, and I went over and changed, because you can change the number from 1 contract to 2 contracts. And I got both my fills right there, and I got both my targets right there. I had to grab my target from up here, and I put it up here to be conservative, because we had just been clipping. So anyways, now just as a side note, we created Donchian high, come slamming down, hit the 5-minute red line, and then wham. Boy, that's beautiful. That was beautiful right there. But anyways, so yeah, that's what that trade is. And now let's just talk about trades that don't work again, or trades to avoid. See, the key on this one here, again, is this candle right here to the left has a higher high than this candle to the right. And this candle to the right has a lower high than this candle to the left. And this candle right here has a lower high than this candle right here. By the way, we happen to also, just for convenience, be rotating off of the prior day high. That's what this is, the prior day high. So it's like I've got a couple things that seem to be confirming for me, because if you'll notice, when we ran up to this, it had a struggle to get through the prior day high, and then it finally went through. See, it didn't get through it. It ran up here through it, and then back down, ran up through it, and then back down, and then ran up through it. And then usually what's the old saying? Resistance becomes support, support becomes resistance. And that's what I was counting. That just happened to be another driving factor for me to turn that into 2 contracts instead of just 1, if I'm making sense. I'm just looking and I'm saying, well, hell, they came down, cleaned out underneath. They're going to run it. In my mind, they're going to run it up. Okay. So that is an example where, you do a double entry, in my opinion. Okay. The other thing I wanted to just kind of show you is exactly what I was talking about lately in the market. I'm going to show you this. This is the RTY. Okay. Here's the RTY. And here is the market going down. Okay. And here is the overnight open right there. Okay. And here's the prior day close. They happen to be pretty close to each other. which is normal. Normally they are relatively close to each other. Look at the sequence of candles from this one to this one, 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 to this one. Does anybody see that? So I did not take this trade. I was actually preparing for this video. As you can see, it's only 11:55 now. So, but I did see it happen. And I thought to myself, there's a perfect example of what I was talking about on my Wednesday video. So we have this beautiful move down in the RTY. Absolutely gorgeous move down. And if you get in, if you follow my rules of, looking for four candles in a row, reach, which is far more than 4 candles in a row, reach. Then you take, and by the way, and then to add insult to injury on this trade, which is why, you want to throw the kitchen sink at this trade. This candle right here is an inside candle to this one. That just adds to the, oh my God, this is going to be a good trade mentality, in my opinion. Because this is where the consolidation happened, where the ones thinking they're going short are losing the battle. And the ones saying, no, this is where we're going to turn it around. This is where Custard's last stand is. So your long in this case is basically 88.10, 22.88.10. All right. Now watch. Now this candle opened up down here, went down a little, and then slammed up. So it's doing everything that you would want it to do for you to take this trade. All the signs are there. Everything you wanted to do to take this trade just happened for this thing to just V right up, back up to the prior day high. Just everything. Okay. Except that's not what it did. Instead, it went from, let's say, 88.1 as your entry. It ran up to 88.8, which is about, I don't know, what's that? 7 ticks. And then it went up to 10 ticks, to 11 ticks. And then it came back down and sat on that damn gold line. Wasn't from running into the 1 minute gold line, and then it sat on it again. And then it rolled up and went to what would have been my initial target in the first place, because this is the prior day high. They blew through. Look, so let's look at this. See how price has stayed above the prior day high for so long? See all that? See how they've even bounced off of it over here? This is where the market, pre-market, look at this. Ping, ping, ping. Right off the prior day high, also happened to be the 5-minute red line. So the prior day high is, you should have anticipated that once we went through it as smoothly as we did, we should come up and retest it. And that's exactly what they did. And for those that took the short, you're still in it, or you could have gone down to the prior day, to the current day low. That is the rotation. But anyways, my point is that you had all this garbage right here before it actually did what you wanted it to do. And that is what the market has been acting like lately, in my eyes, and has been the struggle that has caused me to get in and then get knocked out over and over again, is seeing an absolutely gorgeous setup, getting in that setup properly, with the break, feeling good, having my stop below this candle, then when this one broke the top of this candle right here, having my stop here. And then when we get up about 10, 12 ticks, saying, okay, shit, I don't want to take a loss. And then what happens? We roll down and I get knocked out at even. So that's the frustration that I have got to figure out how to deal with going forward because the trade worked, but I got shooken out of a lot of trades like that in the last 2 weeks. That the trades worked, I just got taken out because they didn't work the way I like them to. They didn't work V-shaped. They worked W-shaped. Does everybody see the W? Zing, 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 zing. All right. I want everybody to have a good weekend. I will talk to you later, and keep your stops tight and keep your profits big. Talk to you later. Bye.